Aha! There we go. There we go. I don't know what it was, but it didn't like me for some reason. It didn't like me going live. I was stuck there with the endless circle of death going around and around, following its own tail for forever. But yes, look like we're live. Let me just double check if you can hear me, if you can see me. Just let me know that I am actually through. Yes, I got it. I got it on my screen there. Good. Welcome. Welcome this evening. It's amazing to see you on here. Let me just get all this stuff. Technology. It's great when it works. Great when it works. Okay, bear with 1 second. All right, we're good. Got it. Okay, like I say, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Sorry to keep you waiting in anticipation. So, my Titan, good evening. Shelley's on, John's on, Kathy's on. Welcome, friends. Great to see you here this evening with me in the shadows. It's been a busy week, busy couple of weeks. Ever since I've been back from Orlando, it's been full steam ahead, non-stop. So I do hope you've been benefiting. I do hope you've been enjoying the tales I've put out, the videos. My goodness, I put so much out. And there's more to come. I don't know what it is. I'm just on a roll right now with so much content that I need to get it done. I put a tale out today. I was just literally got up this morning and had this thing in my head, and it was taken from obviously when we had Crimson Dawn, we had winter. Rescue the alpha pup and bring it up, and then we had in Ashes of Reality, similar story. So I figured, why not do a story like that on its own? So I made a story about someone finding a pup, and it's not really a pup, of course. It's not really a pup. It's something completely different. Sound is a little static. Oh. I don't know why that would be. Let me know if everyone else's sound is okay. Hopefully it is. Let me put my live on the other channel. Can't see or hear anything. It's encouraging. This for me, the sound is really good. It's really perfect. So maybe it's just a crackle through the airwaves, hopefully. So I put the tail. Yes, I can see it and hear you. Thank you. Let me go back to what I was doing. I put the tail, this one. It wasn't just a pup. Like I say, it was just something in my head, and I was just thinking, okay, I've done it in the Crimson Dawn. I did it in Ashes of Reality. How about a separate one where someone, because that story on its own alone, it was in a series, but that can be made into something so good. So I created a little story this morning and put that out. So I hope you've been enjoying that. Here's one I'm working on right now. I enjoy playing with the graphics on this one. This was really fun. I really like this part where, if you haven't seen this already, this was my favorite bit, where you have the chap there and up rears from behind him. Oh, that was my favorite. I watched that over and over. But yes, this is something I'm working on right now. It's taking a little bit of time, but we are getting this done. This is a really interesting tale coming your way very soon. You guys can't get those, but this one as well. Hopefully you managed to get hold of this and watch this one. My goodness. This was so good. Amazing tale. This one was full on graphics and imagery. So this one took me a long time. I do hope you appreciate it. It did take me a long time to do. But yes, that's done. That was out there. What else do we get? You can't get those. I said thank you. Yes, that was nice. I like that. That was the part I didn't actually know where I got that from, but in my head I have this vision of an old movie somewhere, and these creatures. I don't think they were werewolves, but maybe like aliens or something. And they didn't speak, and they simply looked at the character at the end. And I don't know if they said thank you or I thought they said thank you. Actually, I think what it might have been is the movie, The Yeti with Peter Cushing. And at the end, you just see their face. And I don't know if they're saying thank you, but in my mind, I figured they're like thanking them. Yeah, I'm sure they did. And I sort of got that idea from there. So I really like that idea. Where they just come out. I really wanted to do a video with that, but it would have just took me so much time. So if we're having coffee, I don't mind if I do. So I hope that came across well. Yeah, I did want to do the video for that, create a video, but it would have just took so much time to do. No water here. Water. I have two. I have the two. Yes, what else do we get? What else do we get on with? And then I'll go over a couple of bits. I don't know if you saw this as well. I had this old story, and I think I mentioned this a few times on the channel. A story I really liked, and I really wish it had done better. So I redid the story. I didn't put it on YouTube because it's done, but there's a retelling of it. It's longer, it's a little bit more depth, a little bit more darker. And I put the trailer, and oh my goodness, I love the trailer so much. Hopefully, I was able to see this. I'm allowed to put my own trailers on. So this is my favorite bit here. Just this creepy thing coming up. You can't even see what it is, but it's covered in rags. Oh my goodness, if I was to define what imagery defines a good horror tale, it would be that image. Really, my goodness. And this little bit at the end. There is this creature. And of course, I turned it off and just had the garden and the scream. Very classic 1970s horror. Look at that. It's such a beautiful image. I say it's a beautiful image. It's terrifying. It could be terrifying, but it's the way that it's working. I thought was so good. That was such great fun, because that, for me, that's one of my favorite stories I've done. That and the Model Village. I really enjoy those two stories. So I may redo the Model Village as well. I may redo it because I really like that story. Really good. Yes. And hold on, excuse me while computer's going haywire today. Must be because of the heat. Well, we're actually not that hot here today. Yeah, the video with she rescued a pup, but it wasn't a pup. It was something else. It was a werewolf, of course. Great tale. I don't know if you guys have watched this yet, but this is there we go. computer is going crazy. Here, share that. Yes, this one, and let me get that image I put at the end. Hopefully you've seen this. My goodness, this is what defines everything, isn't it? This is everything. These imagery is so good. But I didn't mix it. I just did like long imagery in this one just to try and make it more of a story to get your head around. And hopefully, if you haven't watched it, I watched it about 2 hours ago. Nice. So the point of the story, hopefully you bit into the point, no pun intended, and got that point where her world just fell apart, completely fell apart. That's why she was there. She was in this place and gone to run away from everything, run away, be weak and run away and hide away. And then these events happen. I won't go into it too much detail in case you haven't watched it. These events happen. And in the end, she's just looking at, after all the events have taken place, she's just looking at herself saying, okay, that weakness is not me. I am the fire, the force that enabled my life to be where it is today, not those things that went wrong. And from now on, I'm going to be the fire, the force. That was pretty much my entire idea of putting that tale out. That's what I wanted to say. But of course, we love to use the metaphor of horror and monsters that are within us all. And yeah, so for once, one time, I didn't say it was a happy ending, but the woman survived. For now, maybe I'll change it. Maybe we'll do part 2 and the car doesn't start. Oh, goodness. Imagine that. Everyone's screaming, yes, they survived. They survived. And then part 2, the car didn't start. They'd ripped the engine out. Oh, dear. That would be fun. That would be fun. Part 2, everyone dies. Yes. Good. So who we got on? Who we got on today? I know a few people. John. Jeanette is on. My Titan. Shelley's on. Pretty much it. If you're watching and you haven't said hi, don't be shy. We're all friends here. Within the shadows, we all walk together. So if you want to say hi, you're watching and thinking, oh, I don't want to say anything. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Just say hi. I'd love to hear from you. Let me tell you something. Just you, personally. Me and you. There's no one else here. There's no one else here. It's just us. When I create these stories, and I've got something to share with you as well, so important. When I create these stories, I create them, oftentimes I say I create them for me, but I create them for people like me, people that get something from walking in the shadow, pulling something out, the darkness, the metaphor. That's who I create it for. And I created it for you. I create it for you. So don't be shy and say hi. We're all friends here. We're all friends. And I was just looking at my numbers today. I was looking at my numbers, and although I'm a relatively small channel, it's not something I'm aiming for. To be great to have lots of people. What's important is having the correct people. And I saw my numbers today, and I was looking and I saw the watch time hours, and I put the average time for a small channel in, and it said around about 30 to 50,000 hours of watch time. I look at mine, it's 350,000. So if you've been binge watching my content, I really appreciate you. It doesn't go unnoticed, and I do very much appreciate you watching my tales, commenting, liking, subscribing. I really appreciate it. Brannon Harries. Professor Shadow, I absolutely love your content. Long may you continue. My friend, thank you so much. I truly appreciate those messages. Truly appreciate it. And it's exactly the people like yourself that I make this content for. I make it for myself, but I also make it for you. So it will long continue because my head and my storyboards are full of information. Welcome, friend. Welcome to the shadows. We all walk in the shadows, right? At the end, we all walk in the shadows some way. We have our own things to reflect on, our own mirrors to look in, our own monsters. I mean, like I often say, it's like the channel, Professor Shadow, is about vampires, werewolves, and all sorts of supernatural beings. But at the end of the day, we have those within us. We are those. We are the person that fights to become the beast, the one that fights with their own hunger. That's us. We are those people. So we can resonate so well with the characters in the stories, and then we can use them as a mirror to pull ourselves out, not completely, from the shadow a little bit, to see who we really are. Fell at church. Oh, Shelley, I do hope you're doing very well. I hope you're feeling better. Shelley is always on here, no matter how she feels. If she's had a fall or she's not very well, she always comes on to say hello. And we all truly appreciate you. And again, we truly appreciate you. We truly do. So I do hope your recovery is good. And you can see your friends here all wishing you well. And that's exactly my idea for this channel. Is it's not just let's find some stories to try and scare people or do something here. It's for us all to walk together. That's what I like, in the shadows. And I enjoy Florida. I did enjoy Florida very much. Shelley was even Shelley was in hospital when it was coming on. But I certainly did enjoy Florida, yes. I do miss it a little bit. I do miss it a little bit. But I have some plans to return for a couple of days. I've got some work out there I need to do. So I have some plans to return. Let me think. Maybe I'm not going in August, July and August, because it's just so busy. Not busy there, but flights backwards and forwards. So probably September, I may quickly head over and get a little bit of something to do over there. Which will be into, but this time I'll definitely bring my laptop. I'll be listening when I got my CT scan next week. What's Florida? Florida at the moment is probably about the same. The difference is Florida. It was around about the 30, 31, and then the days when it was a bit overcast was sort of 28, 29. But the difference is when it's hot, you just go in a house and they have aircon everywhere, so you go in and cool off. Whereas here in the UK, it's hot everywhere. You go in your home and it's still hot. You go upstairs, it's even hotter, and there's no pool to jump in. So I'll be listening when I got my CT scan. Hopefully that goes well. The scan results are great. Yes, me too. Yes. So where were we? We were talking about something. I totally forgot what it was. She rescued the lost pup, but it was a werewolf. Don't forget, if you haven't watched it, go over and head it. Not right now. Don't leave just yet. You can leave straight after this, and you can go ahead and watch it. It's not visual so much. There's some nice graphics in there, but I didn't change it as much. So just more focus on the story because I wanted to get that message out. I love this message, and you'll find it in many of my tales. Things go wrong. Your whole life, things go wrong. You look back at yesterday and something went wrong. You look back at a year ago, 5, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years for some of us, and it's gone wrong. And then you blame yourself. But you tried. You did your best with what you had. And you had the energy and the go to go and do that. But that failure wasn't you. That failure wasn't you. You had the force, the drive, the fire to go out and do that. To do it. That's what happened. That's what you are. You are that fire, that force, that power that enables you to do it. Not everybody fails. Everybody. But without that force, you would never have tried. So one failure just means, okay, what do I try next? And that's a great message I like to put across in many of the tales that I create. So I definitely put it in this one that I put out this morning. So hopefully you'll pick that up. Roll with that. I certainly enjoyed it. Certainly enjoyed creating it. Well, best wishes, Jeanette, for your scan. Do hope everything is well. And once again, we'd like to thank everyone coming on here. And this is what this is about. We never have that many people on here. If you're on here and you're not said hello, I'm a very relaxed person. You can say hello to me. But it's just coming on here and wishing each other well, speaking about some stories, giving you a little bit of behind the scenes why I wrote the story, what I've got in mind. I'll be listening in the shadows. Can't miss me stories. Of course not. I will definitely get them out. What am I working on right now? I'm working on a couple. The main one I'm working on right now, which I'm actually a little bit behind because it's a little bit different than I normally do, but it's fun. It's so much fun. At the minute it's called Elder Games, but I'm not happy with that title, so I'll change that just to get it flowing. That's how I like to roll, is like get the imagery, get some videos going, have the concept, the idea, and then watch the video, listen to some music, create some music for it, put some visuals, have the concept. I know what I want to happen. And then once I watch that, I can start writing it. That's normally how it works. So I've built the concept. I start to work in the draft. And it's going to be truly epic. That's what I'm working on. But it's taking a little bit longer, this one. So you have to bear with me. Is that Shad H9904? Shad. We'll say Shad. I think. If I'm wrong, tell me. I have always loved horror, so I'm the same as you. Always, as a small kid, I tell you. So since the days when we had the TV with 3 channels. Yes, there was a time. I believe there was a time with 2 channels. But here we had BBC One, BBC Two, and ITV, and that was it. There was no Channel 4 yet, or Channel 5, or Netflix, or anything. It's 3 channels. And then they used to have these old, on a Saturday night, it came up for the first time I ever saw it. It was called the Horror Double Bill on BBC. The BBC Horror Double Bill. And ever since I sat up and watched Night of the Demon and the Ghoul, I think I fell asleep, but I sort of was watching it. I was very young. And ever since then, I've been absolutely addicted. And you know why I've been addicted to horror? It's because I saw myself in every single one of those monsters that were fighting to relieve a curse, or they wanted, they were having the hard time, but they were misunderstood. I mean, look at Frankenstein's monster. Look at the Wolf Man with Lon Chaney. He wasn't a monster. He was cursed. He was trying to get rid of it. And isn't that what we do our entire lives? And ever since that day of watching those, yes, 100%. Before my time, yeah. Before many people's time. I couldn't give you the exact year. I remember the Ray Harryhausen Clash of the Titans. Yes, Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. I went and watched that on the cinema. I was a young boy. I had to have an adult with me, but I remember going to watch that on the cinema. Yes. 28 Days Later. Indeed. 28 Days Later is good. That was actually on the TV here the other day. I watched the beginning. But we've been a little bit busy. If I look at the stories we've put out, I say we, it's me. It's just me. So if you're wondering what is the setup, what is the organization, what powerhouses and teams and efforts and videographers and everything goes into it, it's just me. It's only me. And I always say we. I don't know why, because I'm humble. Video wise, yes, put out since I've been back. The first one when I came back, what did I put out when I came back? The Silithra tale. So hopefully you've watched that. That was pretty good. Let's have a look. Let me share. I can get them all up in a row. So when I came back, this was I actually wrote this when I was away. I know it's a little bit small. I actually wrote this when I was away. And then I did this one, Gollum. People like that one. It wasn't very, it was 800 people watched it. That was okay. Then we went into the Ghost Realm. That's pretty good. Now I did this little The Blood Remains trailer, which people enjoyed that. These are all since I've been back, so I'm going over them. To be honest with you, my favorite one since I've been back is definitely this, Beast Among Us. Beast Among Us for me was so good. I had to watch it. I watch my own stuff. I watch it again or listen to it again and again. For me, this was my favorite. One of my favorites. This was a little bit spooky one. I like this one as well. These are just bonus stuff I put out. These are in the members area. If you're not a member yet, head over. A couple of options in there for membership. One have like a little course I do. If you like the words that I speak and the depth that I go, I explain how and what it means. Plus I give you a bunch of audiobooks and stuff. Then I did the Elder and Winter, which I need to continue. Again, another one on the cards I need to do. This was great. Sithras, which was an hour-long tale. It was an hour. Then I did this one. And again, this one I really enjoyed. I don't know why. I like to put like the undead zombie type things out. But if you haven't watched this one, okay, it's not your normal thing. It's not normal. It's different. It's deeper inside. These are the audiobooks in the members area. The first werewolf, yeah, this was a great one. And I got to, so there's quite a few for you to watch. I've done all those since I've been back. That's quite a lot. It's a lot of stuff. Starting a studio, so I hope you'll get help. Yes, that we are looking at getting someone to help with the what's the word? The video editing. That's what we're looking for, because that's what takes the time, to be honest with you. That's what takes the time. Hollywood director. I think Hollywood's done. Professor, very talented. Yeah, I'm working it. I'm working hard. I feel. I said this today. I was in a completely different. Winter on Dragons. You've forgotten Winter. Flying a dragon. That's got to come out. I totally forgot about that until now. I totally forgot about that. Winter on a Dragon. My goodness. I should have done that in the last one. Winter vs. Elder. But we still got time to go. We got 2 more episodes of Winter vs. Elder. So you never know. We could do it. You could have Elder on one dragon and Winter on the other. And then Shelley would just be, my goodness. Where was I? You see, as soon as you say, my brain just goes into overdrive, and I can't even remember what I was just talking about. Hardworking man, yes. When you do your universe, did you take any inspiration from J.R. Tolkien? I didn't. No, I didn't. I don't think I've. The only thing I've taken inspiration from there was, when the movie, and you have them ghosts, the ghost armor, the undead army, that imagery. I work with imagery, as you may have guessed. That imagery got to me, and I thought, I need to create images. So I made some ghostly stories and some video where the image is very green and the monsters like that. I did get that from there, yes. Is your daughter going to read again? Maybe. She's turning 13 in 3 days. So at the minute, she's preoccupied with many things as well. Hollywood's a joke. Yeah, I think just with the way that AI is going, it's taking a lot of it away. Add the witch would make me happy. Cat wears first werewolves. Look at that. I always want to do a cat one, like cat. I've done some in the past when I very first started, but I always want to do like a cat one because I truly believe that's really for me. Is really have that eerie, I don't know, substance. I want to do one. I don't know how well it'll be received, but I want to do one just to get that. Like I say to you, I create the story, I get the imagery and that feeling, that vibe of what I want to do, and I like to get that, and I want to bottle it, and then I write from it. That's what I do. Happy birthday, Toby. Yeah, I think she's chatting with her friend at the minute, so she may forget that I'm actually on. Cats Walk, by the way, the Shadow Worlds. Yeah, because I did a live. Yes, I did. I was live yesterday. I did a live, just some random thing I was doing. I really wanted to showcase all these weird characters I was seeing as I was walking through this Comic-Con, because Kyra was at the Comic-Con, and she was dressed up, and I was just I was left. I was the chaperone. So there's 3 girls that I was looking after, Kyra and the 2 friends, and the place was packed, just full of. And I met Jesus. So maybe you saw me meet Jesus. Someone dressed as Jesus. Someone dressed as a bear. I did see a vampire thing, but I didn't get to speak with it. It was quite weird. I think it was more like an anime type thing, or a computer game something. But that was an interesting day. Indeed. Opened my mind to the world of anime. I don't know if anyone's an anime fan, but that was an interesting day. Was there for 4 hours while she walked around, and yes, I did relax a little bit. Okay. Yes. So birthday Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday. 3 days yet. Wednesday, and so yeah, I think she's chatting with a friend right now. Will she do another story? We'll see. Maybe. You've got to get one. I like the idea if there's a young girl doing the story. I think that'd be perfect. If there's a young girl telling her own story from a first-person perspective, I think that'd be great. But I haven't actually come up with anything like that at the moment. Maybe we will. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know how well received that video actually was, so I can check for you. Obviously, I don't go to numbers, but I like to know at least people are enjoying it. That's the key. I had a look back as well, and I was looking at some of the stories this year that I did. Sorry, this year and late last year, and a couple of them really stood out for me. Really stood out. I can't even find her. Can't even find what it was. while I'm talking, bear with me. I'm just trying to find this tale that she did. Can't find it. Yes. Actually, not too bad. 651 people watched it. So that's quite good. So yeah, so she'll be pleased with that. Maybe we can get to do another one. She could be Eliza. Maybe I should do some more of Eliza there, and she can always voice that. We turn that into a little series, can we? Really, it'd be interesting. Yes, cats, 100%. I like that idea. And don't you find? I don't know about you, but I find maybe growing up watching the Mummy movies and things, but I mean the original ones. I always find that concept of those, the scrolls. I put a little bit in Sithras, of you see those wolf head things, the wolf heads, dog heads, black ones, and the scrolls. I always found them really eerie. What's your favorite vampire movie of all time? Mine is Bram Stoker's Dracula. Favorite vampire movie of all time. It's hard, isn't it? Because as we watch them so many times, we become accustomed to it, and you don't watch it as much. But if it was the one that I've watched the most out of all vampire movies, it's going to be the 1932 Dracula with Bela Lugosi. Second, or trying to steal first, is going to be Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter. Again, a movie that I've watched so many times, is unbelievable. And the same with Dracula. And Dracula is 1932, right? Let's just double check. Bela. Dracula. Is it 1931? Oh, I was off by 1 year. I grew up watching Dark Shadows, also nice. Yes, when I was, again, back in the day, I had this, I've spoken about this before, I had this like little cine camera. And the first movie I ever got was Dracula. So I watched it over and over again. My goodness. For me, it's Underworld movie series, just because I love the whole vampires for werewolf concept. Yes. Bela Lugosi was a dog lover. Nice. Yeah, I see many pictures of him with a dog. I don't know. I mean, I really do like Lugosi as Dracula. Very much. So, I think it's because he doesn't really say that much, does he? But the imagery and the atmosphere of the film is so good. Yes, I'm going to have to say that. Not for special effects, not for gore. They don't do nothing for me. But the atmosphere and that feel of the movie, that's what does it for me. Maybe Charles. Vampire Hunter D wasn't bad. And of course, don't forget Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter. Again, absolutely one of my favorite movies. Watched it so many times, unbelievable. And I got to meet Caroline Munro, who played Clara in the movie. So that was super duper special. And that was just a couple of years back. Was it last year? Last year, I actually went to a comic. I think it was a comic, not anime Comic-Con, but a normal Comic-Con. And she was there signing autographs, and I went up and got my picture taken. So amazing. But I put it on here. So good. Yeah, vampires, definitely Lugosi. Because he does also have that, although he's dressed elegantly and everything like that, he's just It's not nice to anybody, so not nice to anyone. Favorite vampire of all time, not movie. Favorite vampire of all time. So we have a different look at the angle we want to take. Movie, definitely Dracula. Favorite vampire of all time. Character. Interesting. For me, it's probably going to be my own creation of Eldritch. Actual character. Because I put into that character simply everything I'd want to see. So probably Eldritch is going to be my favorite vampire. But obviously got your vampire movie. Favorite werewolf movie of all time? The Wolfman, of course. Lon Chaney Jr. Simply because everything on this channel that you see embodies that story. That inside of Lawrence Talbot, the Wolfman, he is fighting a battle against himself. One side is the wolf, one side is him. That's the battle. He's cursed. When, for me, a lot of people say you have two wolves, you know, a white wolf and a black wolf, and they're always at war, and you know, you choose which one. Whereas my idea is that you are both. You are both of them. And when you understand that, that's when we come from. Unfortunately, it started like that in the Wolfman, but it changed. It was an older year, so I'd love to see that with that idea, that metaphor within there. And I put exactly that metaphor in the Howling Self story that's on my channel for you to go and watch. And if you love it so much, head over and get the audiobook to really support me. Quick plug. You can find my audiobooks on professorshadow.com. They're like $1.99. They support the channel. And if you want the audiobooks, don't forget, head to the members site, because if you do a small monthly fee, you get all the audiobooks that I make anyways. Just to support the channel. I mean, I know someone come on here the other day, so why do you have adverts? I know I go over this, but because I make this, the channel doesn't bring, I get good numbers, but watch time, but it doesn't make any money at all. It's in a deficit. This channel is in a deficit. Unfortunately, I run another business or two, so I can afford to run this channel and head my passion and walk in the shadows with my friends and walk deeper into the shadows to bring you out just a little bit. So anything, which is why we do memberships and audiobooks, to help try and cover the costs. It's obviously always, it turns out that you do have to pay for things, especially when we're experimenting with new software. The new software you see is not cheap. I might ditch it, to be honest with you. I know it looks amazing. So if you've been seeing, let me share with you. If you've been seeing these type of videos that I've been playing with, they look amazing. They look so good. Like I say, look at this. These are real people. These are real people here. This is a real person walking along. There's a real person standing there. These are all AI videos. And this is a real person, and then a real monster comes up behind him. This is all AI. These are real people running away. It looks like it. Look, that's just a real people. That's a real person scared. And then we have these starved elders. Look at that. Starved for the games on purpose. Yeah, so that type of software is not cheap. Yeah, it's not cheap. It's very expensive. I might ditch it, to be honest with you. It looks so great, but it's a little bit more expensive. maybe wait for it to come down a little bit. It's great fun, great to do, but just a little bit expensive. Yes, so where was I? Waffling on. Yeah, so apologies if you have ads, but it does help the channel. Apologies if you see, please join my membership, but it does help the channel. Sometimes we have to do these things, otherwise there will be nothing. There'll be nothing. So yes, good, move on. Never is free, everything. Yeah, everything does have a price, unfortunately. Would love to. I'd love to be able to do it for free for everything, but then it just wouldn't work. It would just mean my time and spending money on software and everything, and just paying YouTube to do it for me. It's like I want it the other way around. Yes. Good. But yeah, while I've got it, I'll create some interesting. I want to. You know what I want to do? I really want to do. Let me show you. I'll let you get inside how I think, how I think about this, how I make the story. This is exactly how I do it. Exactly. I'm going to show you. You can just get that image. I know I've actually showed you this image already. So this image, okay, this image was the image that I made first before I wrote the story. So I created this image. I wanted to do a video on it, but again, like I said, that particular software costs a fortune. So if I'd have plugged this into that software, it would have cost me money. So I didn't want to do that. I just want to put this out. This cost me money to make. Everything costs, nothing's free. But this was the image I made, and the image in my mind. So in my mind, I see this. I see a dark cabin. Okay. And first, this towering werewolf walks in, but you can't really see its features. It's first so black, it blends in with the dark, but you see the eyes coming through, the ears pointed up. It walks on two legs as it comes into the cabin, and it doesn't attack. It simply takes one of the men, hands it to another one, who hands it outside where there's more weight in, almost like passing it through shadow. And then when they leave, they didn't walk out. They went out like shadow with the light. And that was this concept of this whole story was that I saw this image and that came in my head, and I built the story around that. So that's literally how I do everything. I will create image. I've told you this many times. I'll make an image, maybe make a video. I didn't make a video in this case. Maybe make a video or an image, and I build one scenario and then work around that. Because then it gives you that feel like when you watch Dracula, when you watch The Wolfman, when you watch these movies that you love so much. It's not just a movie you love, it's the feeling of watching the movie. How many times have you gone to rewatch an old movie that you love so much, but you got to put it on, you watched it so many times. You're not watching the movie. It wasn't the movie you wanted, it was that feeling you wanted. So that's how I create the stories. And look, I just love this image so much. I wish I could have this printed somehow. I may get it printed. I just love, this is so good. Actually, I might make a video of it. Might have to. I do like that image. It's in my head, that image. Love it. Look awesome on a t-shirt. Yes, it would look awesome on a t-shirt. So I should do it on a t-shirt. So what I'm going to be working on next week, I've got another part of Elder and Winter. I've got the new story which I'm working on, the Elder Games. I'm not going to call it Elder Games, just I use that title because like I said, I don't know the title. I know the feeling I want to create from the story, and the title will come eventually. And imagine this, okay? starved elders, deliberately held so that they cannot feed, starving. They're wasting away, their skin like old parchment sticking to their face, getting tighter and tighter, cracking as they move their body. Around 20 of them. And they bring in a group of humans. And we call it the games because there's going to be a winner. There's going to be the one who consumes the most will be the winner. And there's going to be a prize. I'm not going to tell what it is. They're not zombie elders. They're like starved, deprived of their need to feed. Parasites without food. Deliberate so that they're wild, so that they're not rational and hungry. You can imagine they're feral, maybe. Imagine their bloodlust as soon as they smell the victims appearing in their world. That was my idea. So maybe you see where I'm coming from now, but my vision was these people in this place, this red, dead place, and these bunch of elders got to hunt them down. And that was the feeling I got. That was where I wanted to go. It's like a predator type thing, or I don't know, whatever else it is, where they're hunting each other. That was my idea. I'm working on it. I've been working. It's been going. It's a little bit harder, and a little bit. I don't want it to go off track from having the metaphor within it. I don't want it to go off track from being part of the lore of the channel. As you'll notice, everything is. When people say vampires do this or they do it depends. In my channel, they do this. They may not do it anywhere else. They may have a lore of werewolves somewhere else. Somewhere else. So this is the lore of it, not in this channel. Sounds similar. 28 days later. Rage and hunger. Yeah, imagine being the only nutritious source you can have is the blood of the living. Yet you're deprived. Deprived. Imagine that. You would be very upset. And as soon as you saw your food, you would be very hungry. And rationale would not exist. Bloodlust. That's where we're going for that. Bloodlust. Quite like that. Might be a great title. Bloodlust of it, because I've seen the movie. Obviously, there's a movie, Lust of the Vampire. Imagine Bloodlust of the Vampire. That's not a nice title. Nice title. Bloodlust, or maybe Bloodlust of something. Bloodlust of the Vampire. The Vampire's Bloodlust. Yeah, I quite like that. Quite an old school. The prize that is. I'm not telling you the prize. Bloodlust of the Elder, yes. For this channel, when we do the thing with Bloodlust of the Elder, the problem is for people outside the channel, they're not sure what elder means, so you have to bring them in first. Bring them into the shadow so they can witness the darkness. That's what we need to do. Yes, so that was my thinking on that one, in case you're wondering. But recommendations for this week, the channel, if you haven't watched some of the titles I put out. I put one out today, of course. There's a couple that you absolutely must watch. Okay. I don't care if you say it's not my thing. I want this. You absolutely must watch this. Okay. And tell you what you know. We are going. Yes, of course. This one. The Beast Among Us. You must watch this. If you haven't watched it already, you must watch it. It literally embodies everything we've been talking about in this chat today. So please go ahead and watch that. The others you need to watch, but these are great. Possibly this, the undead one. If you haven't watched that, I know a lot of people, I like the vampire, I like the werewolf, the witch, but I don't really like the undead. This is not what you think it is. So make sure you go ahead and give that a look for me. Okay. Let's end that. Good job. All right, I'm off for the night. Yeah, and you too, Jeanette. Thank you for joining me. Pleasure as always. Always. And I come in and save them and we run free. Oh, that's the prize? The prize is the dragon. When a vampire wins, their new transport is the dragon. We've got it. We've got the ultimate tale. Vampire riding a dragon. Okay, this is going to be your last chance to just pop in and say hi to me right now, even if you're watching, even if it's a little bit scary, to say hello to someone new. I'd love to know where you're from. I'd love to see you. Last chance. You have like 3 minutes to say hi right now, and I will holler back. Don't worry. Okay, I've got to go too. Yes, my friend, My Titan, thank you so much for joining. Appreciate it. John, thank you, John. Appreciate you. Shelley, appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for joining me again. Appreciate it so much. You make my Sundays, of course. Everyone else that is here, whether you said hello, Kathy, good day, whether you didn't, whether you just watched, whether you sat in the shadows and watched, that's not a problem. Kathy, good evening. ASMR Simply. I've been a subscriber for almost a month now. And this one, enjoy your content. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate it. What do I call it? Simply. Hey, Simply. And Foman 101, thank you. You are awesome. I am not awesome. The stories are awesome if they connect with you, which means you are awesome. But thank you for listening. Appreciate it. I do. So yeah, thank you for saying hi, jumping in at the last moment. I appreciate it. It's not scary. We have this on a Sunday because I love to meet you and give you some feedback what I'm doing. Let you know why I do it and give you opportunity to shout out so I can say hi. And on that note, my friends, again, I appreciate you so much for joining me. Plenty more coming your way. Don't worry. Try to get those tales watched that I showed you. If you can support the channel, absolutely appreciated. If you can't, please give me a like or a comment in the tales. That really helps as well. Again, thank you, my friends. I truly appreciate you. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next week.